This is ITV, certainly the best.
Many thanks for joining me on today's discussion on TMI Tuesday as we look at 1 year in office of Governor Obaseki, the governor of Edo State, and we take some time back when he was sworn in on November 12th, and all that he did say that he's going to do, and looking at the campaign promises and the very, very novel dreams and ideas he had in respect of kick-starting the administration. And in November 12th this year, it will be exactly 1 year. And discussing this with me, I have the Honorable Commissioner for Communications and Orientation, Honorable Paul Ohombamu. Many thanks for coming, sir.
Thank you very much.
And next, I have Larry Ogieva of the PDP. Many thanks for coming, sir.
Thank you very much.
And of course, I have a legal practitioner, and he's no one else but Olayiwola Afolabi. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Let me start with you, Honorable Commissioner. Looking at what we've been on November 12th, where the governor was sworn into office as the governor of Edo State. And what can we say about the ride he had so far? Can we say it has been smooth or rough governing the state?
Thank you very much. I think from the inception, the governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, made it clear what he wants to achieve. This he enveloped or is encapsulated in the social contract he had with the people. Yeah. By and large, the first year we can have these quick wins. Yeah. Of course, he has been meeting with all the things in line with the legitimate expectation of the people. Yeah. He has not failed them. He has not exhibited arrogance or power, even in doing all this. He said he's going to ensure that basic education is strengthened, and this is precisely what he's doing. Primary health care is taken seriously because 70% of our health concerns reside here, and this is precisely what he's doing. And he has not constituted a state that will be mortal damage or danger to the individuals in this state. He has not driven people to desperate solutions. He does not do anything that will encourage social equilibrium. Rather, he has been fighting to ensure that economic distortions that had destroyed the polity of Edo State is rectified. And by and large, he has done well. And I think from this, because every little step you take today draws closer to freedom. From what he has done, it is obvious that he has placed or put down the powerful templates which will determine tomorrow. He's more concerned where we'll be 10 years' time, because obviously the state should be Edo State and should become the hub, the destination, commercial destination in this country among a committee of states. So he's putting everything on ground to ensure all this. And in doing this, he has ensured that there is sanity and hygiene in politics. It's not the usual way politics are played, or what Neo Sudare I will describe politicians as having two maps. Anything the governor says, he means and he will do, and he has been doing. He does not, his speech does not constitute double edge like a simodal sword, in which case you say it is murder both ways. But the man is focused, systematic, he does his things well, and he does not make noise about it. He works efficiently and noiselessly. And this he has done, and the people of Edo State are there to see. Anything not on ground cannot be accounted for. Everything we say without propaganda is on ground, visibility. You see it, it does not make any noise, because we don't believe in embellishment. It shows there's something lacking that you want to put there. This is why you are engaged in propaganda. But this government says no, we must not be involved in propaganda. Let us tell the people what we have done, what we want to do, and there must be a sign that those things are there for the people to see, which makes the work of media men, especially stations like ITV, make the work easier, because you are not asked to help. You are asked to say it the way it is. And as it is now, the lawyer will say, Reps is the facts speak for themselves.
Okay, let's look at continuing the legacy of his predecessor. in the area of red roof revolution and even improving on it, like providing of well-equipped libraries and laboratories and very, very competent teachers to act as a competition, to be able to compete with the private ones. Can we say that he's on it?
Obviously, he has been doing that, and continuous training and retraining of teachers. Because it's education system, he wants to ensure that it's technology based, so that the objective condition that existed in retrospect, where you just pour out things to students, and the students themselves should be able to assess things through technology. And being a governor that is well giving in terms of technological drive, he has ensured that a lot of computer training and retraining of teachers and even civil servants generally have been carried out. And as for educational system, he is bent on consolidating and inclusive, creating an inclusive and improved educational system. Okay. Where, of course, you have a large number of students enrollment in all levels, and the net effect will be successful and employable graduates at the end of the day. So this he has put down, and why he has identified basic education as a base that will inform the superstructure, because it is the basis that informs the superstructure, is that rather than now trying to clear things up once they get to the secondary, senior secondary or university, trying to correct it, that would be, looking at the symptoms, addressing the symptoms of the sickness, of the disease. The malady, he says, you must cure by attending to the structural foundation of the problem. And that structural foundation is the basic education. Without the first question, you don't go to the why issue. After basic, what affects the downstream also affects the upstream. So when you do it well and everything is put right at the basic level, then it will be seamless all the way.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Larry Ogeba, the achievement of the governor roughly in a year, can you say that it meets your expectation?
Yeah, before I start talking, I want to make it clear that I'm not representing PDP. I'm here as a citizen of Edo State and a Nigerian. And it behoves on me to also, as an electorate, to also air my views on the achievement of the governor so far. Well, you know, we are in a country where we tend to try as much as possible to be politically correct. But on this issue, I don't want to be politically correct. I want to speak my mind the way it is. And it is good to criticize, and it is also good to criticize constructively. Hate criticism is not good, hate speech is not good. Therefore, I want to say here and now that I expected much from the governor. He is a technocrat. He is a man that is very vast in the world, in the economic world. He was a part and parcel of the past government of Adams Osomole. He was, as a matter of fact, the engine room of that government. He was the economic advisor. I would expect that in the first year of being a governor, a lot of things will change. You see, there is no need of doing cosmetic surgery in whatever we do. There is no need of... The Honorable Commissioner has already said that he's not a noise-making governor, which I give to him. So, but in doing cosmetic, you know, administration is what I'm 100% against. We are living in a state that has been so impoverished in the past 8 years. And we have always said the song, 16 years ago, the previous government didn't do anything. Today, we're in a state where workers are not being paid. I mean, when I say workers, that is the pensioners are not paid. And I've heard there are some higher institutions or, you know, middle class institutions like the Polytechnic Atuse and some others. They have not received their salaries for the past 10 months. I can count on and on and on and on. You see, this is a country where we celebrate mediocrity. Road construction or maybe resurfacing of roads. Well, I have lived in societies where road construction will not win you an election. The people must feel the impact of governance. I am a Nigerian, I'm a Benin man, I live in Benin City. And all I see is just cosmetic. The people want to feel governance. You see, the common man on the street, because we don't know much about government, because the people don't know what the government is supposed to do for them. When the government resurfaces the road, they clap because it's what they know. It's the system they know. They don't know nothing apart from government to the road. And then maybe during the dry season, the politicians will take graders and grade the road and they start clapping. Governance is more than that. Governance is giving the people succor. We are living in a very bad economic times. The people want to feel governance. When you don't pay pensioners who have served this country for so many years, who have served this state for so many years, you know, their little life they spent serving the state, and you don't pay them. And when you are even asked, you are now blaming the opposition party for the, you know, failure of not paying.
When you say it's not paying pensioners, I want it clear, because do you mean local government pensioners or the state, the civil service?
Look, I'm not a spokesman of the pensioners. I'm only saying what I have read and what I know. And I'm not here to speak for the pensioners. I'm only saying that I've also mentioned institutions like some other state-owned tertiary institutions that have not been paid their salaries. Okay. I just made the example of Fuse Polytechnic, where the people have not been paid for the past 11 months, as far as I know. You know, and these are issues. Yes, I know the governor is trying to be meticulous, like I say, he's a technocrat and so on and so forth. But the issue here is this: the people want to feel governance. The people are hungry. The people want to see development. You see, development is not about asphalting the road. You see, when you are creating, we hear it. Yeah, when we come to government, we will create a new industrial hub. We will create a new town. We will create this. You see, it is 1 year is enough. If you plant seeds today, even in the dry season, in another 6 months, you will see it grow, and maybe there are some fruit, there are some crops you plant, in 6 months you start reaping. And that's what I'm saying, that it is enough, 1 year is enough for a government to allow the people feel the impact. Like I said, cosmetic operations, cosmetic palliative works, it's not what the people want. We have almost had these palliatives in this country.
Thank you. Olaiwola Falabi, you've always been agitating for workers, and Honorable Larry Giver just made mention of it that on this part, the governor has not really fared well in 1 year. Yes. What do you have to say?
Well, to me, I differ. Just like my brother has said, and my learned colleague has said, we should be constructive in our criticism. To me, I give the governor kudos, because 1 year is even not enough. If you know the problems he met on the ground, then you will not know. To me, one thing I have to give kudos to the governor. The first, when the matter was in court, he stopped this. I don't want to use. Let me use the word. Is it? I don't know what they call them. You know, when you came to those states, touts. He stopped them completely. These are people collecting money meant for local government. He stopped them. Nobody can try it. Oshima couldn't try it because these are people that are helping to win election. He stopped it. For someone to stop it in those states, for a billy man. And most of those people, they stop them. Illegal touch. You know, we tried to Akure. We went went to come P in Akure. We couldn't see any touch. I said one day it will come to Benin, and that what happened. He stopped it, and that was the way election was going on. So to me, and now this money are now going to local government directly. So I have to give kudos because it's very difficult. It takes the grace of God and the sheer manhood to stop that thing.
Okay, Olaiwola Falabi, let me take your mind back to what the pensioners are also protesting over. Because I remember vividly when SERAP, the Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, wrote an open letter in September to the Executive Governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, demanding that he should be able to use his good offices to pay a backlog of 42 months.
Yes.
Although we are not still clear about how many months have been owed. But protesters just yesterday, pensioners, also protesting over that. So what do you say in that respect?
Well, to me, no, we should be sincere with ourselves. You know, about 7 months ago, when they said it's to be from government, they were protesting. Oh, I will be paid. And the governor paid more than almost about 20 months to them. In fact, I was here when they actually even commended the governor. These are money that being owed. It's not the money that is being owed. This money are being owed by the privatization, though is part of it. But now he has come back now. He has been paying. And they have been showing it. I'm not part of the government. The one we have seen. Except you say, oh, since he came, he has not paid pension money. And that's not true. He has been paying.
What about the areas of pensioners, the local government pensioners?
Area of pensioners. Well, I'm not part of the government. The one we have shown. You know, let me ask a question. Since the government came to power, has he paid pensioners at all? That's the question.
Okay. Back to you. I want your reactions on this because as we can see, it's very clear that there are issues that need to be cleared.
Yeah, there are issues. I think the issues are being created by, spoilers of, poisoners of goodwill, government goodwill. The truth of the matter is that from January to September, the government has paid over 6 billion to pensioners in this state, whether state or local government.
When you say paid, is it areas?
Well,
or
wait.
Monthly pensions?
From January.
Okay.
If you, for example, when I say from January to September, it shows that January to September would have become arrears too if they are not paid.
That's if they are paid monthly because we are looking at being paid their backlog. Because pensioners also came out yesterday in that respect.
The pensioners that came out actually came to beg that they should be paid their monthly. And the governor now told them that by today they will get their alert, which means governor prepared the payment. But because of irresponsibility and stirring of troubles, we wanted to clear some issues. Because you can't be paying and there's distortion of facts saying you are not paying. These issues must be clear. If you say arrears that he did not incur, and he say what led to the arrears, let's cure it. That is the first question now. So that local government will become viable and they will not fall into this trap any longer.
Okay.
He said let's cure it so that they will not, this indebtedness will be cured. Okay, now I'm paying every month. I'm looking at the administration of local government. Let them generate enough revenue so that arrears can be paid. You say no, and some even they are owing them 96. Imagine you are telling government of present day, in spite of the, now we say times of pestilence, what is going on, you are saying you should look back at what happened. The man is even saying, I will do that, but let's put this on ground that will ensure that there is continuous payment without fail.
Okay.
That's it. And when I say the local government increased their monthly pension from 214 million to 244 million every month. That I can tell you. Local government increased their monthly pension from 214 million to 244 million to pensioners. So when they go, each time they go out, I also talk to them as commissioner for communication, that you are being paid. If it's the arrears, there is nothing. It's the same repetition, like my brother said.
Okay.
Excuse me,
all right.
I'm not done. Just as my brother said that they are cosmetics. What cosmetics about real issues being addressed? It does not beg issues. When there are concrete issues that must be addressed, in order for society to move forward, the governor will do it. Just as he said, he does not believe in beautification of the area boy. When he came, he said, no, I want to bring sanity, I want to bring hygiene. The objective condition that were there when Oshomole was around, it's no longer. The Oshomole, actually, when he came, he did a lot to fight against political scavengers and predators, to fight all those who had the country, the state, bound and prostrate. He fought all of them. At the end of the day, as he was leaving, we could confidently say that in Edo State, there was freedom, that there was liberty, and tyranny was dead. Now,
no, don't bring Oshomole in, please.
No, yes.
Let me come in here. I think we are not done. We are not done with the pensioners issue yet. Please, thank you. We are not done with the pensioners issue yet. Let's take our minds back to the open letter to the governor by Serap, and the mention of the fact that the London Paris Club loan refund, the state governor, the state government has received over 29 billion naira, which is earmarked for the purpose of paying and pension gratuities and arrears. What do you have to say?
But the governor does this thing systematically. When he gets money, he has to deploy it in such a way that you achieve the results. He has told them this is the way I will clear in batches. He also repeated it yesterday. These areas and gratuity will be cleared in batches. Maybe some months will pay this set. Some other months, I think they also agree that if they had known, if the government had told them this, they wouldn't have protested. There is communication gap. They now hamped it on that. He has told them, you can't, when money comes, you don't just expect the governor who, in terms of revenue generation and creation of wealth, his activities can render bees honeyless. You don't expect to throw money around. He deploy it in such a way that the optimal benefits will be reached and achieved. He has told them we will do this thing in batches. And this is precisely what he wants to do.
Okay, but the fear again is in your statement, what you said, that the governor did not incur these areas in his time.
No, I was okay. I only quarreled with the tendency to say pay us when you couldn't fight. Okay. When these things were, gaining momentum, that is the indebtedness. You went to sleep, you were in slumber. This government has come to say, I will clear up. Okay. You say, pay me now. That's what I'm saying.
All right, thank you. Let's leave that. Let's look at the other giant stride by the executive governor. Let's look at the small, medium scale enterprises development fund, where some agripreneurs were given loans, in thousands to help also boost the agricultural sector. Larry Ogeba, isn't that in good light?
I'm sorry, maybe before my brother talk, let me say something about that one. To me, let me say something. To me, I think we should be looking at what the governor should do.
All right, but
because before you go, because there's some things.
I will definitely tackle the question, but let him handle that.
You see, before I handle that topic, that issue, I want to point to, you said the governor is doing well by clearing touts from the streets. Who brought the touts to the streets in the first case? Was it me? Was it you? Was it your party?
Is he Obaseki?
I'm asking, he was a part and parcel of that government. He was the engine room of that government, for God's sake. You see, we shouldn't be shifting blames. I don't like shifting blames. You see, if in your own household, your wife brought in people to beat your children, and then you come home and say yes, somebody, your elder brother will come and say, oh, my brother is not at work, what happened when his wife did it? There's something will be wrong somewhere in that family.
Okay, back to the question.
Back to the issue of, small and medium scale.
Giving loans to entrepreneurs in the agricultural sector to embark on the agricultural products.
That this money are given to. You see, we are living in a society where we do hogwash. What the boys on the street call wash. Who are getting this money? Who are the people getting this money?
I suppose we have over 12,000 of them.
Excuse me, the federal government, the federal government
across 18 local government
councils. A few days ago, I was in MTN, and they were giving out techno. I'm not talking of the state government now. The federal government, they are giving out techno parts to people. And as a person that is interested in politics, I started interviewing one or few persons, three of them. Why? I say with the APCO, they just give this one as they encourage us. I just laughed and said, for God's sake, you are getting this because you supported a particular political party. Governance is not about, like, in any case, we are in a country where the president will say 95% will suffer, though 95%, 97% will gain, while 5% will suffer because they didn't vote for him. Government is not about giving those who voted for you or worked for you. It's a comparison. The moment you become a leader, the moment you become a president, the moment you become a governor, or your party wins government, everybody becomes part of the family. In these issues you are talking about, who are the people getting these loans? In which local government? Who are from the grassroots level, from the ward to the state level? Who are the people getting this loan?
Are you saying that you are in doubt that they could not be indigents of the state?
No, that's not the issue. It is not the issue. You see, for me, anybody can get it. The issue here is this: who are the people getting it?
And what's the process? What's the process of getting this?
Well, that will be left to the government.
Is it a political process or a party thing?
Now,
okay.
Now you're talking. You see, when you give these things to people, like I will give an example in my local government. I can talk about my local government, and I will talk about Edo State. Before I talk about my Edo State, I talk about my local government in the first case. Who are the people getting this in my local government? Some people come to me and say, they say that they give loan, that they do this one, that they encourage people. We know they see them all. But by the time you look around, you see that they are just political associates, political, acolytes, sycophants of political leaders and political office holders in the local government.
Do you have any evidence to buttress this?
I don't call myself a politician, I'm a political analyst. And I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Benin man. Whatever I'm saying, I said, before I started talking here, I said I will not criticize the governor out of hate or out of ignorance or out of, I am saying this because I'm a Benin man and I want the governor to succeed. People can come here and start praising him. We did it to Oshomole. And after Oshomole left, that people knew all the rubbish he did. The truth of the matter is this. I am saying this for the governor to succeed. And I'm not saying
we must ensure that we are civil in our presentation, yes. Because you made mention of rubbish.
Okay, I
will want you to please retrieve that.
I will say, let me put it in a more, because I don't want to use the political word for it because it will have more devastating. But what Oshomole, the rip-off Oshomole did in this state, the rip-off he did in this state, it will take Edo State the next 30, 40 years to recover. If I'm not mistaken. The truth of the matter is this. I want the governor to succeed. That's why I'm here. And I even made it very clear when I started talking that I am not here as a PDP person. I am here as an Edo indigent. Therefore, I want the governor to succeed. What I'm saying, if the governor thinks I'm lying or the commissioner is here, thank God is the commissioner for orientation and communication. He can go and verify. These are not things I can't come to air and start saying things that I can be sued for libel.
Okay, let's look at the cleanup. Let's look at the cleanup of Edo State, the cleanup exercise, making Edo State to wear a near look of a model in South Nigeria. What do you have to say?
Are you talking of the issue of removing thugs from the garages on the streets? And that one we're talking about the cleanliness and sweeping of the streets. I want to ask him because I don't want to be clear. I don't want to say anything that is. What are you talking about?
Looking at the cleanup, Edo cleanup exercise, looking at where we have a clean state, and where we have the pedestrian walkway free for pedestrians to walk on.
You see,
like in marketplaces, for instance, at Ring Road.
That is what
and
I said just now. You are talking of pedestrian walkways.
Yeah.
The pedestrian walkways. Is it something a government will do and will start clapping for them? For God's sake. Is it something a government will do and will start hailing? Is it something the local government, a council that is placed to clean up the marketplaces, that they are doing it, that will not praise them for it? You see, this is the problem of this country. We are not taking issues as the way it's supposed to be taken. If you are a TV moderator, you are doing your job now. Will somebody come and praise you for doing your job? It is your job, and you do it well. If you are not doing it well, you are sacked. That is the problem of this country.
Are you saying that is not laudable?
Look,
doing such duties.
The governor was elected to govern and give us good governance.
Okay.
And we as citizens of this country, of this state, if whatever you see, as a politician or as an office holder, you are never praised when you are in office. It is when you are out of office that the good deeds will talk for you. It's not you that will even praise yourself. Like some people are doing to someone now that they are praising him, even they are even making effort to praise him. The issue is this. The governor, you said they cleaning the streets. The talks that they were making this mess in these marketplaces, that were messing up the city. Who was paying them? Who encouraged them? Who empowered them? I can start from the south, where I come from. In the south, those that were really empowered politically or economically, they're not businessmen. They were not people who had invested their money in business. They were not people who are employers of labor. They were not people who really had the interest of this state at heart. They were people were empowered to beat up and oppress people.
All right,
those are the people that were empowered. And I'm not coming to say that the governor has cleaned up the state. What state has he cleaned up? That he was a part and parcel of the system that destroyed the state. Now you are saying I should praise him or what?
Thank you. In case you're just watching us, it's TMI Tuesday, and we are on a countdown to Obaseki's 1 year in office as the executive governor of Edo State. And I've been having a discussion with the Honorable Commissioner for Communications and Orientation, Honorable Paul Ohombamu, and of course also with Honorable Larry Ogeva and Olayiwola Afolabi. Olayiwola Afolabi, let's look at the aspect where the governor, vividly I remember when he made some kind of promises, campaign promises, that if he becomes the governor, is going to revive moribund industries. Has that met your expectations?
Well, to me, let me be sincere. To me, the governor, I want to assess him. In some areas, he has tried wonderfully, but in some areas, he failed. We have to let me talk in terms of roads. No wonder some people say, "Oh, wake up and see governor." Look at some roads. You don't maybe because of the educational background, you can't compare his education with Oshomole. They are too paralyzed. Go to some roads, just like now. You just go to some roads, you see them caterpillar walking. No noise. You can see it. So the fact on ground that this man is walking. I went to the Benin the other day. I was going before I can't pass there. Go now. Free.
Okay.
There's some roads. I'm coming. Let me finish.
Outside road construction and rehabilitation.
That's what I'm saying. Some areas he passed. In some areas he failed. That has to be assessed. Let me tell you.
In the area of the moribund industry,
let me talk the one I know. I'm coming. The one I know, I want to say he has not tried. You know, I was happy. I saw Honorable this man in the House of Rep, Agboyima, talking about the Gelegele. I expect the governor and all the national rulers in the state to march to Aso because if Gelegele support is revived, in fact, what I'm talking about employment, it will bring so many jobs. So to me, that is the area it should focus. But raise it in the House of Rep. I said the governor and all the international rulers in the state to go to Aso. If Gelegele is in Kaduna or in Sokoto, you will see what will happen. That same day, they will devote much budget. But yes, isn't sanity? That's the area I'm not happy with him. In some areas, I give you kudos. But that's Gelegele support. Raise it in the House of Rep. I expect the governor and all the international rulers in the state to march to Aso and demand concrete tax. That's the area, to me, he didn't do well. But in some areas, he tried. I give you kudos.
Okay, but is it not like you said earlier that 1 year is not enough for him
to
do everything? So is it not possible that he also has this in mind?
This new year coming, that's the area you should focus.
All right.
One support, in fact, I'm talking about that will big job for those states. So many, I've been there, come and see. So to me, that's the area, not only him, all the national rulers in the states, you march to Aso. That's what I'm expecting this new year coming. You should focus because you say, oh, we want to bring reform, economic drive. So to me, in other areas, I give you kudos. I praise him. But in this area, I will give him, I won't give him credit.
Okay, Honorable Commissioner, looking at the novel ideas, excuse me, please keep that when I get to you, you say all that. Looking at the novel ideas of the governor, are you saying that, can we really say that the governor still has this novel idea of reviving moribund industries?
Obviously, yes. The ones that he knows will not succeed because he almost really evaluates everything before he does.
Yeah.
So the one he knows will not succeed, like Edo line. He told us that issue of Edo line, we cannot invest into that place. So all the workers were taken to Ministry of Transport because the time Edo line, the purpose is said at the time it was set up,
yeah,
was because we had no parallel, transport companies by powerful people then.
Yes.
It was just there, Edo line, everyone. But now we can't be struggling with private individuals because he believes in public-private partnership. Rather, let's create enabling environment for them. This is it. But there are other areas, the Boa Cement Company, of course, that one in Okmila. The fertilizer plant in Naunchi that they ran down, previous government, his own government ran down. He set it up. He said he went there. The vice president, of course, commissioned it when he came.
So that is in progress.
It's in progress there. So many other things we cannot.
What about the Bende Brewery?
The issue of Bende, there are legal issues. He follows the law. He does not do things. He knows. He followed all those bottlenecks.
You're not a witness.
All those, but he's a lawyer. He's not a witness.
No, it's a legal work.
It's a legal thing.
All
the impediments you must remove before going into. He does not throw his money into Tanzania or state's money into Tanzania. Then, as for the distinction, because he made allusions to Shomole. Look, as for the distinction between this governor and Oshomole, it is based on ideology. That is the truth. Oshomole and They belong to two extreme ideological differences. And you can see that for Oshomole to say, I'm supporting this man, he should succeed me. And those state people listen to Oshomole. It shows that Oshomole did not do badly. If you have done badly, you cannot bring a successor. You know. Wow. It shows Oshomole did not do badly, and we won the 18 local governments. He knows, including his local government.
Where?
In the governorship election.
No, we did it.
Okay.
No, when I'm standing.
Wait now. Wait.
Not when I'm standing.
Very slowly, you wait. Then, let me assure you that this governor, he just showed that something good can emanate from the struggle and unity of opposites. He has been operating, and it is not out of character with my friend Larry Ogeba. When he comes, he's no longer patriotic, he's political. He brings politics into every analysis. But we should be patriotic. Analyze it in law, there is what we call quantum merit. What one deserves, give to him.
Yes.
Just as he has done. But he will not do that. Meanwhile, he made heavy weather of talks. How did these talks come about?
Okay, we are all in the business of moving Edo polity forward.
It was the catastrophic economic management of his party that created this.
Without casting aspersions or all that, let's look at an aspect of making Edo a better polity.
Yes.
In the area of the primary health care system,
yes.
We look at also the ultra-modern central hospital.
Yes.
Recently, where the governor said is going to be under private hands. I don't know if he's rescinding on that decision.
Yes, the governor has said he's going to focus on primary health care. And the reason is simple, that once that is done, 70% of our health concerns would have been dealt with. And there will be less burden on the secondary and tertiary health care centers. He has done it, and he set up a committee headed by Professor Obaseki to, of course, develop a template for this to work. And because of this, there's the national, by the federal government, National Health Act from the National Assembly, which we are domesticating now as a those state health law, which will enable the government to set up the commission that would oversee this primary health care and even the health contributing pension scheme. So all these are on ground, and the reason is all the people, rather than neglect some set of people that form majority in our rural areas, they should be taken care of. And in doing that, man's inhumanity to man would have been settled. And social disequilibrium, of course, is what we are talking about now, will be diametrically obliterated. The governor believes that government must be for governance and not for looting. So he met resources and is deploying these resources. Whether we like it or not, history will be kind to him and his record in office. He has started 1 year. If I come out to say I'm writing a book on Governor Obaseki in 1 year, obviously he is a person, a polyglot scholar extraordinary. He's a Renaissance man, which means when we are writing anything on him, now we should be in chapter 1. Because his life is made up of so many pages and chapters.
Okay, still in
we must realize that many years of misgovernance and plumbed by the PDP had to be settled. When Oshomole came, then the floodgate of development started. I must measure it. You cannot tell me not to measure. You talk of red roof. Who initiated it? Oshomole. And this government is carrying it out with improvement. This present government is a continuity with improvement. There is no way you can tell us the history of this state without referring to that development warrior Oshomole.
Okay, looking at the central hospital, please, I'll come to you in a jiffy. Looking at the central hospital, some believe that if it's put into private hands, it may not meet the yearnings and aspirations of the Edo people.
Yes.
It may not meet the yearnings and aspirations of Edo people because that was seen as a way to employ more hands, where employment would also be affected for the Edo indigenes, but put into private hands. You know what that means?
No, it's still what the government wants to do. When you are talking private hands, it's not privatization. They say public, you can bring people to run a place. you determine the workforce. This is what the job portal of the state is preparing successful and employable people that can be taken from the pool at any time, any stage. You don't go elsewhere, it's from that job portal. You get what I'm saying now? Mm. So what the central hospital, the governor believes that we may not have capacity. Looking at Obaseki and other areas, we may not have capacity now presently to handle it. And he does not do anything that will run into a cul-de-sac, a failure. He always wants to succeed, and all steps he has taken lead in that direction.
Okay, so now do you agree that even before now, looking at the predecessor, before now, that project was really a failed project?
No, how can you call it a failed project? A project that is put in place to correct, anomaly, because the standards that is going to be put in that place, or which they are already put in any case, okay, is such that any ailment can be tackled in that place. And you don't need to go to national hospitals. Okay. It's not an issue of laughing.
Okay, thank you. Can Honorable Larry Ogeba take it from there?
I want to take it.
One time, please, before it starts.
Okay.
Wait, one time they did a simulation. His leaders in his party went there. They were acting drama as usual. And they said that somebody is critically ill. And when you are acting drama in the life of anybody, excuse me, someone is critically ill. We want this hospital, there are no equipment. They were sinking. Or to rubbish the OSN. That's why you say from the beginning, ab initio is failed. But it's not failed.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I want to set some records straight.
You will not say anything good about it.
I want to set some records straight. I am a patriot and I'm a Benima to the core. Anybody knows me. If I had any opportunity, I would die a Benima. I want to die a Benima. Yes, I want to die in Nigeria. And I have a opportunity of leaving this country and staying outside this country, but I'm here. And my criticism of any government, of anybody in government, is not based on selfish reasons. When I started talking here, I said I'm not talking as a PDP person, and I'm not the spokesperson of PDP. As a matter of fact, I'm one of those in PDP everybody knows is anti-system. So if... Yes, I'm anti-system with him. So that's why he said things happen in PDP, and I criticize. So if I'm here, I want the governor to succeed. He's my kinsman, he's a Benin man. And if he fails like Oshomole, it will be a disgrace for the Benin. Therefore, I have to criticize him. I have to let him know. You see, when you are in government, you tend to polish that government. It is your job, it's your duty to do that. I am not in government. I am not serving his government. I am the other face of government that he uses to see. And if I say things, I mean it, not as hate, but for the love I have for my people.
Okay, straight to the point.
Now, Barrister Falabi said something. I said it earlier on too, that development is not about cosmetic road surfacing.
Okay, but do you agree with the arrangement that the governor has in respect of the central hospital? No, that's the question.
Don't cut me short, please. And I'm heading somewhere, because if you cut me short, I can't flow.
Okay.
When you are developing a people, when you are developing a system, the Gele support that we're talking about is the only thing that can really rejuvenate the economy of the state. And I was so shocked that we have a member of the House of Reps who raised the issue up in the floors of the National Assembly, and everybody just folded their arms and watched. As after all, it's not my business. Let him go and carry his cross. I tell you, the seaport alone will turn the economic face of Edo State. Yes, I heard the governor. I read something, and the governor is in the forefront of.
Obviously.
Try, please. I said that don't criticize anyhow. He's also trying to do something about it. But I would expect the political force that would have gone with it. Like Barrister Falabi said, I would expect that Barrister Ijak Bonahima, he is a PDP. I'm not criticizing him. But what I'm saying is that I expected as a PDP person, you are pushing this thing. The governor should take the people in the state. Because, like I said, if it were in the north, they would have done this thing and passed it. So there was no political force, there was no political will to push this thing forward so that our people here will get.
Okay.
Coming to the primary health care you were talking about. You see, he said that we criticize the governor, for the specialist hospital debacle. The truth of the matter is this: we should not run away from our shadows, and I will continuously say it. Yes, I am a PDP, but I wasn't a part of PDP that destroyed the state. You all know I was not part of it. Better PDP, and I will wear that uniform till I'm satisfied, that I'm convinced that the party, you know, cannot satisfy, cannot do what I really want, what I demand for the party.
Okay, you made mention of a statement. You said you were not part of the PDP that destroyed the state.
Yes.
Do you agree that PDP destroyed the state?
Yes. You see, it is only foolhardy to believe that. That's why I criticize somebody. Somebody also did this and left. You see, in governance is not about one person. He is a member of this government. If he fails in his ministry, he will not be blamed. It will be government that will be blamed. You see, at a point, the PDP failed this country. PDP failed this country. We should face reality. You ruled a country for 16 years, and we are still fighting people. You know, we are still having this crisis we are having in this country. And the APC is even doing a worse life now. That is the problem we have in this country. They are even doing even a worse life.
We are talking about state.
I'm coming. No, as I said, he asked me a question. Please, I'm answering. You see, the point I'm going to is this. That specialist hospital, let's call it a spade, Oshomole, including Governor Obaseki, used it to siphon money from the state.
Well, we can't back that up. I don't think you can back it up.
Excuse me.
Yes, whatever you have to say here should be what you can back up.
If they say I'm lying, let them take me to court. They are both lawyers. There are documents to show that the contract has always even been paid over 70%. That is the equipment that was supposed to be used in that hospital has been paid up to 70%. You go into that hospital and see if anything there is even 20%. So what are we talking about? We should not be, government is not for one person. It's not for one particular group. It is for everybody. And when we criticize, we are criticizing because we want it. You see, my children are not in this country. I don't want to live in this country and I die in this country. My children will bury me and they go back. The specialist hospital we are talking about, if the commissioner is honest, and I know him and I love him, not love in that aspect anyway.
All right.
Okay. But the problem is that I know he's a very honest man. If he's honest in what he's doing now, not defending his government, he will know and he will say, Visual or Obama, I know, will tell you to your face the way it is.
Okay.
The hospital, the specialist hospital is an avenue. It was an avenue to rip off the state. And they have ripped off the state. The problem is that they are not telling us the hospital is not viable, we want to give it to public-private partnership. Look, that's hogwash. They are trying to, draw a wool over our face. The money has already been paid. I know the governor, and I don't know him personally, but I know from his antecedents. The man is now saying, I have not chopped the money, I not will pay.
Okay, briefly, I will want your reactions on that, briefly, in a minute, before I ask the next question. You have any reaction on what he just said?
No, obviously it was not done to siphon. He couldn't have said that. I'm sure he was speaking English from behind.
No.
Okay. Let's look at Honorable Larry. I'm coming to you, Olaiwola. Honorable Larry Ogeva.
Yes.
Let's look at the aspect because you said just now that the former governor Adams Oshomole failed.
Yes.
Let's look at the storm water project.
Yes, that is why you are not talking business.
Let's look at the flood that has been controlled so far.
Yeah. In Edo State,
yes,
in Benin City.
Yes.
Oh,
would you say that is a failed project?
I want to stand up to talk. You walk on this Benin Lagos road. When the federal government under Goodluck Jonathan was doing this road, when somebody came and said he want to do this one, he's one doing this thing. There are people by that turn line, that usual turn line river. You don't go when there is rain, you don't go to that place. And now let us go back to I just give an instance. I grew up in Obaseki. I'm from Orion. My brother, if rain fall, I don't go and see my mother. Now, I'll just give you instances. And then the storm water project that he was doing, over 30 billion naira. And where is the money? As I'm talking to you, the contract is not done. It's not completed. Now, what erosion are you controlling? When people's houses are being washed off, you spend 30 billion, over 30 billion on a project. And the people, you want to help somebody, somebody says he has malaria. You want to give him, you say you are giving anti-malaria tablet. The family has malaria. You gave the father anti-malaria tablet, the father died. You gave the mother died. You gave the children start dying one by one. What happens? Something must be wrong somewhere.
So to you, the stormwater project is a failed project?
I will repeat it. It is hogwash. It was a system they used to siphon the money and steal money from the state.
Okay, Olaiwola Afolabi, as we round off, I want your reactions to that and setting an agenda for the governor.
Let me correct certain impression. When you say social media spray, I don't agree with him. Look at the road go to Ego. Who did the road?
Which Ego?
Ogida teacher's house.
What is trouble this morning?
No, I'm coming. See, let me finish now. No, let me finish.
No, you ask me. I'm asking you.
No. Just go ahead. Buttress your point.
The area the man tried. We should give credit to him. He did it. Look at some other project.
He didn't do it.
I'm coming. Wait now. We know Oshima is the father. Wait now, Mr. Larry. The area of Oshima is my friend. I have problem.
He raised the point about the ecological forms.
I'm coming. In terms of road construction, there's no government in the state that done what he did. But I agree to me, he's the father of Agbero. He brought Agbero to the state. But we'll give him the area he has tried. So look at that. But if I go to, is it Kubai? That church area. He did it. And see, the area you want to see, let me be sincere. The area, let me fear your prison. The area the man try. It's not coming.
Let him finish his point, please.
The area the man try. Give kudos to him. The area he didn't do. Who say it? But what he has done that we can. Look at one day I was going to Ogida. I couldn't before I can pass there. I used to go to court. We park our cars by teacher's house. But go there now. Where the man tried? He has tried. Where has failed? We mention it. Not just to criticize here.
Okay, thank you. Let's look at. Thank you very much, Commissioner. You want to react to that? Okay.
Let me quickly react.
Okay.
In addition to what he said,
okay.
He is a Benin man. He has said it that he remains a Benin in soul and in spirit, in body. But I'm shocked as a Benin man, he's doing things antithetical to the position of the palace. The Oba of Benin.
Don't bring about Benin to this matter.
He's not the show. He's the Oba. He's not the show.
No.
What are you talking?
No.
He did well and he honored him.
No. Please, this is
he's part of it.
This is a black man.
Okay. Let's look at the aspect where
he's a black man.
Okay. As we round off, please. Let's make this discussion very.
As we round off, what I expect going to do with this, the new year coming, is to first squarely the Gili project. Issue our brother, my friend, as read the issue. As I said, if the Gili is in Kano, that same day they will pass the bill. Okay. So to me, the governors and all the national in the state, they should go to the Embassy Road and demand that the Gili is a project, normal project against next year. That if that project is executed, what I'm telling myself, I'm a lawyer. It will become a commercial city, more than Lagos.
Okay, thank you. Can you, as we round off, please, can you put it straight? Because some of us are still at sea in record of how the governor said he's going to key into providing over 200,000 jobs.
Yes. 300.
Over 200,000 jobs.
He said when he was campaigning, he said 300.
Now, he said it in 4 years. In 4 years, that is going to be done. Can we physically have a number? Can we place our hands on figures that has been reached so far in 1 year?
It has been on. I think over the past 3 months,
yes,
over 20,000. And when you talk of job creation now, there are some you create by,
raising entrepreneurs.
Okay. Creating entrepreneurs so that they fend for themselves. They have equipment to work. Because it's inclusive. It's inclusive. This he has been doing, and he wants to create more jobs through agriculture, that agricultural sector. When you talk of agriculture now, we are referring to those whose hands really fertilize the womb of the earth, the farmers. And because of that, he has said we have large hectares of land to give to people with seedlings with which they will operate. And once harvest time comes, there are ready-made market. People will come and buy. They don't need to do anything. Their own is just to use their hands to do the thing. So all these are ongoing. Then, the C4, the World Bank assisted, we pay our own counterpart fund too. And that one has trained over 10,000 youths. You get what I'm saying? In different fields. And the whole of them, they have been established. So you may not know, it's by and by, and this thing is happening at a time when we talk of recession. As we approach the end of oil, this diversification is necessary because we can no longer rely solely on oil. It is rentier economy.
Okay.
But he is saying we have to diversify. Agriculture being a key thing.
Okay.
This is why the Benin Technical College, he has laid the foundation, for development to create, technical individuals who can think for themselves, who become, employers of labor too. All these are there for him, and I can tell you, without a conservative estimate of what he has done now, is over 40,000.
Okay, looking at the aspect of the over 29.
I'm sorry, sir.
Wait. I'll come back to you on that. I'll come back to you on that.
Very important.
Looking at the aspect of the reports that we got, where over 29 billion naira has been received by the state government on the London Paris Club loan refund. Yeah. Some are asking, is it too much to demand for that the state government presents an account on how that money has been expended, if it has?
No, it's not too much. The governor, at any time, if the people want that, he can always give a. He's always, clear about what he wants. For example, when we did revision of the budget, when he realized that the 153 billion earmarked for 2017 was excessive, we can't reach it. There's no use becoming an emperor without clothes. So he reduced it drastically to 122. And we took it to the House of Assembly, it has been reduced. So this is the kind of man, well, at the time, when the time is right, he will display everything he has spent. And you can ascertain for sure that this is exactly what he has done.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So looking at the year ahead.
Yes, it's for him to consolidate on effort because the template, there are 6 thematic pillars of this government: institutional reforms, social welfare enhancement, you have environmental sustainability, you have economic revolution, art and culture, all this. He has been meeting with them segment by segment. Okay. Mine is that he should consolidate. He will, obviously. You consolidate on this and drive it home so that the long-term effect, what he wants to achieve, on the long run we can achieve. The quick wins have been achieved. We are now going to the short term. Then after medium term, then eventually, so that at the end of the day, you have those states where human beings can have potentials and achieve all the ends to the full. And it will be a free state where no one can harass anybody, which he has started. Now the private property protection law has it so that people can develop their land without harassment, and that is going on. I think I expected him to even commend government for that, because there are times he gathered momentum, that harassment, So to praise governor for that. And today you develop, without anybody coming to you, give us money. You want to deck, give us money. Peter, give us money. All these are the issues. And as for Gele Gele, he started it even with the monarch. That export zone, free export zone on the sector. That Gele Gele seaport is an agenda that is dear to his heart.
Okay.
Because he's an, somebody who
is a businessman.
Who not just a businessman, an astute economist, somebody who can turn a small amount into millions.
And he's a wait-and-see governor. You agree with that?
Yeah.
In the positive side?
Yeah, positive side.
Okay.
It's a labeling theory. No, it's a labeling theory. When they cannot fix this man, he did not even tell us he's doing it because it's noiseless. They are shocked. And the only way they can express that shock is to say, this way can see God.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, your last words on this. Your last words. No.
In terms of when we say we want to create employment, it should look critical. One day I went down to where God. If they kidnap somebody there, you won't see him again. But in land. What I expect God to also do in next coming year, that let each local government, like you have the cassava papa tree in Robi and Look at Fulani. I was able to come to El. So let each local government have a farm settlement. Each of them, at the end of the year, give them an award, the best farm local government. So let each local government, let them have a farm settlement. They don't have.
Okay.
We used to have before.
What about the area of criminal justice system? I expected you also say that.
Well, to me, well, of course, going to strike. Let's give me look at our before. Look at the iPod, the landscape have done it. Look at now before even I'm even happy with this our CJ. Before you don't see it, the person they will not see because there's no light. Now you have constant supply of light to Manchester Court. Look at of course. I give kudos to that area, but one area you should do. The state council say they need promotion. So they will end it. State council
and the pensioners are
and before I go and thank God, I'm happy. My colleague is a lawyer. The judicial they want to strike for 6 months. So they go to strike, and that issue is national strike. They call it off. You should appeal to the governor so they can pay them the 6 months area that being owed them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Larry, give out your final words on this segment.
Well, if you my final words, what final words are you talking? Because I know things are ground. It seems one of them are here to pre-sing.
No.
You know me very well.
I know me too.
I am the governor's brother too.
You know
I don't know him as a friend, but he's my brother.
No, I'm not from this state, but I tell you because of ground.
You all belong to the same category.
No, don't use that word.
Okay, go ahead. We have less than a minute.
Anyway, Barrister, let's do that. The truth of the matter is that I want the governor to succeed. The point I'm trying to raise here is this: when we are talking of government, he is a politician, and he knows.
I'm not a politician.
No, I'm talking of Barrister Obama. If you cannot achieve anything in the first 2 years in office,
first 2 years, and this 1 year.
Excuse me, I'm coming. If you cannot achieve anything in the first 2 years, the 3rd year is for your campaign. The 4th year you are leaving office. So politicians always have 2 years to work. This year, like I said, I have not seen anything tangible that he has done that will impress me. What would have really impressed me is this, like I said, the Gelegele support issue that would have come up, and he has succeeded in really make sure it works. That would have really impressed me. The other one is that in the coming year, it's not an election year. You should not allow people, praise singers. I heard he has done a lot in that area anyway. You should not allow people, blindfold him to see the realities on ground. The people are hungry, they are starving, they are desperate. The crime rate in the city has increased evidently. Nobody can argue that with me now because some of our very close friends have been kidnapped, robbed. I was even kidnapped and robbed. I mean, not kidnapped, I was robbed. In my own house, I was robbed.
Okay.
The situation is as bad as that. Where you don't, in a society where there is no security, you see, no matter what the government does, it's a failure. Security is the ultimate.
It's pivotal to development.
And in the city where there is no security, we have a problem. So I want the government to tackle in the area of security and in the area of, providing support to the common man on the street.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a countdown to Obaseki's 1 year in office, and there are demands flying to ensure that Edo State becomes a better polity. Well, big thanks to my distinguished guests for making out time in spite of their busy schedules to be on this platform. Thank you, Honorable Larry Ogeva.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Olaiwola Folabi. And my big thanks go to the Honorable Commissioner for Communications and Orientation. Many thanks.
He's also a lawyer too.
And also the legal practitioner. That's great. All right. So much has been said, and it's up to you. You are a very, very great citizen, and your say matters. Whatever you have to say concerning an agenda setting for the governor in the next 1 year, well, he said 4 years he's going to realize much of these goals that he has set aside. And we do hope that as we see him as wait-and-see governor, aka, is going to be that in the positive side.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.